Imagine this. Your car breaks down on the way to work. Or worse, you lose your job unexpectedly. What's your first thought? How will you pay for it? Emergencies like these can happen to anyone, anytime. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Info Finance Hub. Today we're talking about one of the most important pillars of financial stability, an emergency fund. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or have been managing your money for years, this is a must-have. Stick around. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why and how to build an emergency fund. And I'll share some real-life scenarios to bring this concept to life. Let's dive in. First, why is an emergency fund so critical? Let's start with some real scenarios. The car breakdown, meet Sarah. She's living paycheck to paycheck when her car suddenly breaks down. The repair cost? $1,200. With no savings, she has to put it on a credit card at 20% interest, which only adds to her financial stress. The medical emergency. Then there's Mike. He thought he was healthy until an unexpected hospital visit left him with a $3,000 bill. Without an emergency fund, he had to borrow from friends and family, straining relationships, the job loss, and finally Lisa. She was laid off during a company downsizing. With no safety net, she couldn't pay rent and had to move back home. These stories are all too common. An emergency fund is your financial armor, a buffer that protects you from spiraling into debt or financial ruin when life throws you a curveball. Statistics show that nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency. Building an emergency fund can prevent you from becoming part of that statistic. So, how much should you save? The general rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside. This should cover essentials like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation. For instance, if your monthly expenses are $2,000, your emergency fund goal should be $6,000 to $12,000. But hey, don't let that number scare you. Start small, aim for a beginner goal of $1,000. Once you hit that, keep building. And remember, every little bit counts. Now let's talk about the how. Here's a step-by-step plan. Start with a budget. Track your income and expenses to find out where you can cut back. Even $50 a week adds up to $2,600 a year. Set up a separate account. Keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. This keeps the money accessible but not too tempting to spend. Automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your emergency fund every payday. This makes saving consistent and hassle-free. Cut non-essentials temporarily. Skip the daily coffee runs or reduce streaming subscriptions. Small sacrifices now lead to big wins later. Boost your income. Take on a side hustle, sell unused items, or work overtime. Use that extra cash to fast-track your savings. Review and adjust. Regularly review your savings plan and adjust as needed. Stay committed, and you'll build a solid financial safety net. Building an emergency fund doesn't just protect you financially, it gives you peace of mind. You'll sleep better knowing you're prepared for the unexpected. It also helps you avoid bad financial decisions, like taking out high-interest loans or using credit cards to cover emergencies. And guess what? It's empowering. An emergency fund puts you in control of your money, not the other way around. I remember a time when my car broke down unexpectedly. Thanks to my emergency fund, I didn't have to stress about the repair costs. Having that safety net made all the difference. I remember one of my subscribers, Jenny, who wrote to me after starting her emergency fund. She faced a sudden medical expense but didn't panic. Her emergency fund covered it. Another subscriber, Mark, used his fund to cover unexpected car repairs. Both felt like they had a superpower, and that's what I want for you too. Now it's your turn. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your emergency fund grow. Share your progress in the comments or tag me on social media. I'd love to cheer you on. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more financial tips, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Remember, your financial safety net starts today. See you next time. Quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always consult with a licensed financial advisor for personalized recommendations. Use this information responsibly. Take care. Remember, financial decisions should be made with professional guidance. Stay informed and consult experts regularly. Welcome to the Frequently Asked Questions segment. We've compiled some of the most common questions about emergency funds to provide you with deeper insights. Question 1. How long will it take to build an emergency fund? Answer. The time it takes depends on your income, expenses, and savings rate. Generally, it can take anywhere from a few months to a couple of years to fully fund an emergency reserve. Consistency is key, so saving a fixed amount regularly will help you reach your goal faster. Question 2. Where should I keep my emergency fund? Answer: your emergency fund should be easily accessible, so consider keeping it in a high-yield savings account or a money market account. These options offer liquidity and some interest, ensuring your funds are both safe and growing. Answer: ideally, your emergency fund should only be used for true emergencies, such as unexpected medical expenses, car repairs, or job loss. Using it for non-emergencies can deplete your reserves and leave you vulnerable when a real crisis occurs. Question 4. What if I have debt? Should I still save for an emergency fund? Answer: yes, even if you have debt, it's crucial to have some form of emergency savings. Start with a smaller target like $500 or $1,000 to cover minor emergencies while you work on paying down your debt. Gradually build up your fund to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses as your financial situation improves. Question 5. How do I stay motivated to save for an emergency fund? Answer: setting clear goals and tracking your progress can help you stay motivated. Celebrate small milestones and remind yourself of the peace of mind and financial security you're building. Some people find it helpful to automate their savings to ensure consistency. We hope these answers help you on your journey to financial security. Remember, building an emergency fund is a crucial step toward financial stability. If you have more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more valuable content.